Have you ever noticed that in every friend group, every family, there's always that one person who just knows how to fix things? Not just one type of thing, but everything. When something breaks, they figure it out. When someone is struggling, they step in. When a situation becomes complicated, they simplify it. And from the outside, it looks like a strength. People rely on them because they seem like the kind of person who always knows what to do. But what most people don't see is where that ability comes from. Because people who know how to fix everything didn't just wake up one day with that skill. It was built through moments where things weren't stable, through situations where someone had to step up, through environments where waiting for someone else to fix things wasn't an option. These are the people who approach emotions like engineering problems, who believe that every feeling has a root cause that can be identified and addressed, who are convinced that if they can just find the right words or the right strategy or the right perspective, they can make your pain go away. They genuinely cannot sit in a room with someone's sadness without trying to fix it, cannot witness someone's anxiety without offering solutions, cannot watch someone struggle without intervening, because other people's emotional pain triggers something unbearable in them, something they've spent their entire lives learning to avoid, control, or solve their way out of, so they became the one who fixes. And over time, that role becomes part of who they are. But here's the part that often goes unnoticed. When you become the person who fixes everything, you rarely learn what it feels like to be the one who needs fixing. For most people, problem solving is a skill. For you, it became a necessity. At some point in your life, things didn't resolve on their own. Situations didn't get handled unless someone stepped in. Emotions weren't managed unless someone took responsibility. And that someone slowly became you, taking care of things that weren't your responsibility, helping others navigate situations they couldn't handle, figuring things out because no one else did. And over time, your brain adapted. Instead of waiting, you act. Instead of avoiding, you analyze. Instead of hoping, you solve. Because somewhere along the way, you learned that inaction leads to chaos, and control comes from understanding. When something goes wrong, most people focus on the issue. You focus on the solution. Your mind automatically starts breaking things down. You don't stay stuck in frustration for long because your brain moves quickly toward fixing. And while this makes you incredibly capable, it also creates a pattern. You don't just solve problems when necessary. You look for things to fix, even when nothing is explicitly broken, because solving has become your default way of engaging with the world. One of the hidden challenges of being a fixer is discomfort with unresolved situations. You don't like things being unclear. You don't like things being incomplete. And most of all, you don't like not knowing what to do. So when something doesn't have an immediate solution, it stays in your mind. Because sitting with uncertainty feels unnatural. It feels like something is missing, like something should be done, even when nothing can be done. This is where it becomes more complex, because your ability doesn't stay limited to practical problems. It extends to people. You notice when someone is struggling. You understand what they might be going through. You see patterns in their behavior. And naturally, you want to help. Not in a controlling way, but in a way that feels like care. But the truth is, people are not problems to be solved. And trying to fix them can create distance instead of connection. Because sometimes, people don't need solutions. They need to be understood. Because you've spent so much time solving problems, your sense of responsibility expands. You feel responsible for outcomes, even when they are not fully in your control. You may feel like if something goes wrong, you could have prevented it. If someone is struggling, you should help them. If a situation is unstable, you should step in. And while this makes you reliable, it also creates pressure, because you are carrying more than what actually belongs to you. When you are the one who usually fixes everything, asking for help feels unfamiliar, not because you don't need it, but because you're not used to being in that position. You're used to being the one people turn to, the one who figures things out, the one who holds things together. So when you need support, it feels uncomfortable, like you're stepping out of your role, and instead of asking, you try to handle it yourself, even when it would be easier not to. In difficult situations, you don't fall apart. You do what needs to be done, and in those moments you seem composed. But what happens after is different, because while others process their emotions in the moment, you delay yours. You push them aside so you can function. And later, when things are quiet, that's when it hits. Because being strong in the moment doesn't mean you're unaffected. It just means you postponed it. Over time, being the fixer can shape how you see your worth. You feel valuable when you help, when you solve, when you contribute. And when you're not doing those things, you may feel less important. Because your identity became tied to your usefulness. Not just who you are, but what you can do for others. And while helping others is meaningful, your value is not limited to that. But it can feel that way when that's how you've learned to define it. Not everything can be fixed. Not every situation has a solution. Not every person wants to change. But accepting that can be difficult. Because your instinct is to keep trying, even when the situation doesn't allow it. And letting go can feel like failure, when in reality, it's understanding limits. From the outside, you appear capable, but internally, there is often fatigue. Not just physical fatigue, but emotional. The kind that comes from constantly thinking, solving, managing, and carrying. Because being the one who fixes everything means you rarely get to rest in uncertainty. You rarely get to step back. You rarely get to not have answers. And over time, that becomes heavy. The psychology of people who know how to fix everything is not just about intelligence or skill. It's about adaptation. It's about how someone learned to navigate a world where being passive wasn't an option. It's about developing control in situations that once felt unpredictable. It's about becoming reliable because at some point, you had to be. But here's the truth that often gets overlooked. You are not only valuable when you are fixing something. You are not only needed when something is wrong, and you don't always have to have the answer. Because sometimes the most important shift is not learning how to fix everything, but learning when to step back, when to let things be, and when to allow yourself to exist without needing to solve anything at all. Because behind the ability to fix everything, there is a person, and that person deserves the same understanding, care, and support they give to everyone else. If you're someone who always knows how to fix everything, there's a chance you've been ignoring something inside yourself. And sometimes, the people who help everyone else are the ones struggling the most in silence. If that sounds like you, watch this video next. It might reveal something you've been trying not to see.